Alright, how's it going everybody? ABC Pwned here again, and today I will be showing you guys how to do the Frostland dungeon in A Pirate's Tale. A few things you're going to want to bring with you is you're going to need to go buy a diver's helmet from the general store, which is about 500 gold, and then you're also gonna maybe want a plus 50 HP potion. And also you might want to take control of Stormwell Keep while you're at it for the little passive health regen, since you can't drink potions while you are swimming. And if you have Robux, you could also pick up the Mermaid Curse so that you guys can swim twice as fast as normally. But yeah, the first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to come bring a ship over to where I am here in the bottom right of the map. And if you look where I am on the map, my cursor's kind of right there. It says U. This is where the entrance to the dungeon is. The one thing you should do is you should bring a ship, and you should park it right next to the dungeon, just like we did with the Skeldelev or whatever. So that way, if you guys do end up dying, you could just respawn back on your ship and be fine. But yeah, you're definitely going to be needing at least bare minimum this helmet, because if you don't, you will end up drowning. But yeah, guys, we're going to go ahead and get started here. So the first thing you're going to see when you go in is this geyser type thing. You just need to make sure to only go when they're turned off. Like you'll see when they're turned on, when bubbles come out of them and they light up. So you're just going to want to wait. You don't want to go through them because you will get damaged. And if you don't have control of that keep, you will take damage from them. I'm going to try and show you guys how to do this pretty fast. We do have the Mermaid Curse here, which makes swimming twice as fast. Oh god, we got hit there. So this shouldn't take us too long to do here. Just need to wait for this to turn off. You do need to be careful about this dungeon though, because sometimes if it does lag, you will see like the geysers just go off randomly. So if it's lagging, you just need to take your time and wait. We are pretty damaged here, but luckily because we have the keep, I believe I should heal back up. But yeah, this does take a while to get through all of this, especially if you don't have the Mermaid Curse. So I can't really stress enough that you guys just really need to take your time when going through this maze. Also, I'm going to show you guys where the 5 chests are in this dungeon, and I'm going to show you how you can actually solo this boss, because some people don't know the chest locations, so on and so on. So yeah, we're just going to keep on swimming down here. Oh god, that geyser really hurts. Let's just swim right past it. Oh god, we're one shot. We're fine though. I won't die, hopefully. We need to be really careful. We should be coming up. Alright, there we go, thank god. We're coming up on the first little break here, and what I recommend you guys do at this part is you pull out a potion and you drink up and you heal yourself, because you really need to do this at full health. Just because the geysers do a lot of damage. So usually what I do when I get to these guys here, these 3 guys, I simply just ignore them and go on to the next part, because they can't really hurt me and there's no real reason to actually engage with them, because 1, it takes more time, and 2, you don't really get anything from it. So I usually just skip them. I drink a potion there just so I get my health back, and then we keep going. This is pretty long though, so I will be putting timestamps in the video, or in the video description, just so that you guys that don't want to sit here and watch me swim through geysers for like 10 minutes, hopefully faster because we have the Mermaid Curse, that way you guys won't have to actually sit there and watch me do it. But yeah, this is probably the easiest dungeon to do, and I am going to show you guys a method on how you could actually solo the boss. So you should not have too much of an issue with this one. You just really need to take your time through this. But yeah, it's definitely the easiest dungeon in the game at the moment. Oh god, we're going to take damage there, but that's completely fine. So if you guys need to do a dungeon, it should be this one, just because it's so easy. But yeah, we should be coming up hopefully on the second little cave break here. The mermaid thing is really good, or the Mermaid Curse is really good for this, just because of how fast you could actually go through the dungeon with the Mermaid Curse. So just make sure that when you guys are going through this, if you have the Mermaid Curse, make sure to equip it. If you don't, it's not too big of an issue. Like, it does cost Robux, so I mean, you don't need to have it to do this dungeon by any means. You could do it without it, completely fine. I'm simply just using it for the time save. Alright, so we are now on the second cave exit here. Usually I just do the same thing here. These ones do a little bit of damage, so I usually drink up. I might pull my shield out and just hold it for a while till we get in. Make sure you put your diver's helmet on, guys. I can't stress that. I've had a few friends that actually drowned just because they get to that exit and they drink a potion and then forget to put their diver's helmet on. So make sure every time that you go back in, oh god, we're gonna get hit here. That's fine though. Make sure every time you guys actually go into the dungeon, you do take a breather and put your helmet back on when you go back into the water, because you don't want to drown. That would be really sad. Alright, so we're just gonna wait for this geyser here. But yeah, like I said, you guys need to kind of take your time on this. We're gonna go through it. You could pretty much go through it pretty fast when you have the mermaid, but if you don't, just take a little bit extra time. Pretty much we should be coming up on the third little area here, hopefully. Might take a while. This maze system is probably the longest maze system in the game for a dungeon, so you guys just need to, like, if you're gonna do this dungeon, you need to have like 20 minutes at least of spare time, just because it takes so long to actually go through it. But yeah, you should really bring some potions with you, some heal potions, plus 50 health. I didn't bring it with me because we didn't need it. Here we go, the third exit here. I didn't really need it, but I recommend that people do bring it. We don't really need the potion here since we didn't take any damage. So we're just going to go straight back in. This is pretty self-explanatory though. It's not too hard. All you need to really worry about is the geysers at this part. See, it lighted up, so usually what I do is I just run into the wall like this. That way I don't get like shot up. Oh, I should have waited for that. It's fine though. I don't have, if you like don't move, you might get like shot upwards and then your camera might like glitch out. There we go. So you might just want to like do what I do and just slam into a wall like that just while the geyser's going. That way you won't have too much of an issue. Alright, let's keep going through. I think this is where the really long narrow path is. There isn't much geysers at this part. Once we get through all of this swimming, you guys will see a dungeon. We should hopefully be coming up on it soon so I can show you guys it. Should be somewhat soon. Pretty much just the same old thing though. You just basically go in a long line. I mean, this will take you guys a while, as you can see, so I mean, there's not much you could really do about it. I kind of wish that they didn't make this cave system as long as they did, because this takes twice as long. If you don't have the mermaid curse, you're gonna have to it's gonna take you twice as long just to go through this cave system, which is really painful, especially for people that die. So just make sure you take your time on this. I can't stress that enough. Alright, we are now on the fourth exit here. Just gonna go ahead and jump out. I think that might be it for swimming. I think we are good. Hopefully we don't have to swim anymore. Okay, I think we have to swim one more time, which isn't too much of an issue. Oh no, we don't. Alright, so now we are at this part here. So there's actually 5 chests at this area. I'm going to try my best to show you guys where every single one is. So I might need to backtrack a little bit, but I'll do my best to show you guys. So what I usually do when I jump down here is I turn around and go through this little doorway here. And then I'd usually take a left here or a right. And then you should be coming up on a first chest in this room just over here. Should be in here, I believe. Yeah, okay, so this is the 5th chest actually. I think we actually went to, I usually go the other one actually, because this is the 5th one. So the 5th one is right here. I'll try and show you on the map. It's kind of right here on your map. It's going to be hard for you to kind of follow the map since you're actually in a dungeon, but you should be able to follow it. Shouldn't be too much of an issue. Alright, so that's the 5th one, and then I usually just come over here, and there's the 4th one in here, I believe. Should be the 4th one. Oh, the 3rd one. Alright, so that's the 3rd one right here. I'll show you guys on the map. It's just a little, kind of like right here-ish. Oh, someone's playing Pirates of the Caribbean. It's a pretty good song, dude. Alright, so that's 2 so far. I think there's a 3rd one over here, I believe. It should be just over here. Should be in this turnoff, hopefully. We might need to do a tiny bit of backtracking just so I can show you guys the location of all of them. Hopefully we could find them easily though. Alright, so here is the third one. This is actually the fourth one. So if you look on the map, it's kind of right here. So far we've gotten the fifth, the fourth, and the third. So normally I would have went the other way instead of this way just because I get all 5 of them. But now we have 3 of the 5. So what I usually do now is we're just going to go back to the entrance of where we dropped off from, if we could find that hopefully. And we are going to go the opposite way to get the other 2 chests. Here we go. I think this is where we dropped from, hopefully. Here it is. Alright. So I just usually go through the other way. Usually I go to this one first and then I go to that one after. But we went the wrong way for some reason. So there's 2 more chests. I'm pretty sure there's only 5 in total in this area. Should be 1 on this side right here. Pretty easy. It should be 1 or 2. Number 2, just like that. If you look on your map here, it's just right here. It's kind of going to be hard for you guys to follow the map to find these chests. Just because of... we're like underground and stuff. And here is number 1 right here on the map. You can see it. So yeah, that's just chest 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and that's all 5 chests, I'm pretty sure. So now once you have all 5 chests, I'm just gonna go back to here. The way to the dungeon, you just need to, let's say if you dropped right down here and you didn't want the chest, all you really need to do to actually get to the dungeon is I usually just go straight. It shouldn't be too hard for you guys to find the actual entrance. So I just keep going straight. You could turn a right or a left. That doesn't really matter too much. I usually turn a left. Oh, wait. Okay, never mind. You need to just go straight and then turn a left. And then just like that, here's the entrance to the actual area where the boss is. So now you're going to find this little cave-like system. I'm just going to drink up here. I think other people are fighting the boss right now. So I might actually just show you guys how to solo the boss. I'll like let these guys kill it and then respawn or something. But we're going to keep going up here. We're pretty much actually already at the boss. You just need to follow this like cave-like system. And then eventually you're going to reach the top. Should be up there in about 10 seconds or so, hopefully. You can hear them fighting it right now. Yeah, we'll probably fight it by ourselves just so I can like show you guys how to actually kill the boss by yourself. Because this boss is soloable. There's a little technique that I've learned, or me and my friends have learned, that makes this boss actually quite easy to do. Alright, so now we're at this part here. I see these guys fighting it. I could probably show you guys a technique while they fight it actually. So let me go ahead. You're going to want to take your time on this jumping part. There we go. It's pretty easy, but I do see people die lots. So what I like to do with this boss is I press Q to lock onto him, and then all I do is hold W, or I mean I hold A or I hold D, and I do circles around the boss. And like you can see, I could actually attack the boss, like I'm actually hitting the boss right now without him hitting me back. This is a really good technique you can do to get easy hits on this boss, especially if you're soloing it, just so that you don't actually have to sit back and fight the boss. And usually I use a cutlass for this. Cutlass is pretty good. You don't need to use a cutlass. But yeah, all you need to do for this is you need to press Q to lock onto the boss, and then either hold A just to run around in a circle around the boss while you hit him. And that's pretty much it, guys. It's pretty easy. We're just going to keep fighting the boss here. Eventually he's going to die. I usually use a large cutlass because it has a pretty good hit range since it is pretty long. Oh god, alright, so he did kind of fix himself. You might get too close to the boss with this, so all you need to do if you get too close, just like that, you need to press S just to move back a tiny bit. That way you could keep fighting the boss and just kind of bring him back to that circular pattern, just like this. So the boss is at like, I don't know, 70%. Not too bad. Just make sure that you watch your health if you're going to be doing this method that I do. So that if he does hit you a couple times, you just make sure that you heal up. Because you need to be kind of careful with this boss. Because he does do a decent amount of damage. But as long as you guys like follow what I'm doing here, you shouldn't have too much of an actual issue with this boss. Because this is the easiest boss in the game, especially with this method that you can do. Alright, so the boss is at about half health here. This used to be really good with the large cutlass just because of how much damage the large cutlass actually did. But now they kind of nerfed the large cutlass, so we're just using the relic sword. Alright, so the boss is at about half health now. Could actually swap to the large cutlass just because the large cutlass is pretty decent. Just because it could hit the boss easier. Alright, the boss is at like 40%. I don't think these guys are really helping me all too much, but I'm not too worried about that since, like I said, this boss is completely doable by yourself. So you guys, if you don't have any friends to play with you or your friends are offline, you can definitely do this boss by yourself without, or you could do the whole dungeon by yourself without anybody. All you need to do is this technique right here. It might be a little bit hard for you guys. I'm sure it's going to be annoying to watch me do it just because you're gonna see on the video me just doing circles. But I'm just gonna say this again. All you need to do to actually do this with the boss is press Q to lock onto the boss, and then all you need to do is hold A to do circles with the boss and fight it. And then every once in a while when you get too close and he actually hits you, just press S and you'll move back a little bit. And if you're not hitting him because you're too far away, just press W a tiny bit and you will actually hit him. Alright, so the boss is at about 25% health here. He's almost down. This is a really good technique. I mean, it's obviously the absolute best way to fight this boss. You guys can see those two guys with their muskets just sitting there not knowing what to do. So luckily for them, we came and we are just destroying this boss for them. So the boss is almost dead here. Getting a little too close to the wall. I don't like to get too close to the wall, so if I do get a little too close, I will move and just readjust myself, just so that the boss doesn't, I don't fall off or something crazy, because you never know what happens in these games. Sometimes you might fall off or something. Gonna readjust one more time here. Boss is almost down. It's at about 10% health here. This might take you guys a little bit of tries to do this successfully, but this doesn't require too much skill. I mean, literally all I'm doing right now is I'm just holding A and swinging my sword. That's pretty much it. So as long as you guys get this technique down, you could actually do this quite simply, honestly. Alright, the boss is at about 5% health. He should be about dead here. I'm sorry, it's probably going to make you a little bit dizzy if you're watching the video, so I mean you could just skip me doing this part, just because I know this will be dizzy, but I mean it's the best way to do this boss by far. There's no better method than doing this. Like look, I got hit one time by this boss and he's pretty much dead. I'm going to readjust here just because I don't want to get too close. There we go. Boss should just be a couple more hits. Of course, this guy comes in and messes me up at the very end and tries to take the kill. As all kids do in this game, it's not too surprising. Alright, and just like that, the boss is dead. Now, once you kill the boss, all you guys need to do is climb this little staircase up here. And that's pretty much it. There's going to be a chest up here. You're just going to collect the chest. And once you collect the chest, you are actually done the dungeon. There we go. And just like that, dungeon complete, guys. That is the Frostland dungeons in A Pirate Tale. You're going to be getting the Kingslayer title, which is a pretty cool title if you ask me, and a random item, which we got the peg legs. We actually already had that, but that is fine. But yeah, guys, it's ABC Prone, and I hope that this tutorial helped you guys out a little bit, but I'll see you guys in the next tutorial.